And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live at the Villa Rosa Kempinski here on this Inspiration Thursday, a day when we realize that there are not that many elephants left out there in the wild, when our children might be growing up and the only elephants they'll see will be in a zoo. Think about that. But thanks to people like Sergey Yastrzhembsky, former diplomat, former spokesman for Boris Yeltsin, former personal aide to Vladimir Putin, former big game hunter. You can say he saw the light and now is fighting against poaching. In fact, his documentary, Ivory, a crime story, which premieres this weekend at the New York City Film Festival, tells it all. Hard-hitting, investigative documentary about the massacre of elephants in the wild. He's here in Nairobi, and I tell you, this man has stories for days. Listen to his passion. Twitter handle, @KoinangeJeff, the hashtag Ivory. Keep tweeting. Sergey, so what made you do this documentary? What gave you the passion and the...
First of all, love to Africa, love to your wildlife. When I came here for the first time 20 years ago, so it was like one moment and finished. Finita la commedia. Maybe in one of my former lives I was an African. I hope very much, really, because it's from nothing. It's this love came from nothing, and it's a huge passion. That's why more than 20 movies I devoted to the tribes of Africa.
And this is part of the books, right?
Two big books, yeah.
And you traveled across Africa, filming the tribes, spending time with the tribes.
Yeah, it's a result of 6 years of traveling through Africa. It's a collection of 700 pictures from more than 25 African countries, talking about more than 30 different tribes. And we try to show traditional, unfortunately, vanishing life of these tribes.
Yeah.
That's why collecting all these emotions of my life, when I saw the result of this poaching in different countries, so I decided next movie will be about Ivory.
And you raised $1 million, I said earlier on,
yes.
Sergey. When you edited, because you edited this film in the end, you put it together. When you edited it and you saw the final result, because I've watched it too, and it's heart-wrenching, huh? It's very sad.
Thank you.
What did your friends, what did people in Moscow say when you first showed it to them?
So first of all, I said that for sure it's one of the most expensive documentaries in the history of Russian documentary movie. And without help of my friends, some oligarch, when the people say
oligarchs,
yeah, some oligarchs. But without this help, it wouldn't be possible to raise this money and to make this movie. I invest my own modest, some $50,000-$60,000, but it's very far to be enough. But now, when we showed to the first small group, test group,
yes,
we show the movie, they were shocked. Yeah, shocked, because let's say that poaching story, it's very far from Russia, of ivory.
Yeah.
But elephant, it's animal since first years of your life. It's one of our favorite elephants for everybody, independently you live in Russia or Kenya or in China, etc. But when they see the result of this poaching, they said, oh, I think I invested for right movie.
Yeah.
So many of them told that they will give new money for new movie that I want to make about just general crimes against wildlife in the world.
Tell me something, Sergey. Are you afraid that you might get threats from poachers, from middlemen, from cartels? Are you afraid once this documentary airs, you're going to be a marked man?
Look, I have in my political biography one very important episode. For 4 years, I was, since 2004, I was a spokesman for Kremlin about war in Chechnya. And I was put among 50 first targets for Chechen terrorists to kill in Russia. So for me, it's not new experience. And I'm talking with you now.
So you have no fear?
No.
Do you hope, what's the big one message you hope this documentary will relay to the viewers when they see it, whether it's at the film festival, whether it's, in countries across Africa? What's the one message you want?
First of all, to wake up people. There are too many sleeping people saying that it's very far from me, it's not my deal, it's not my life, poaching elephant. No, we are responsible for that, everybody. Because if we don't speak about it, if you don't make pressure on China, if we don't make pressure on CITES, by the way, because they must be responsible for this crisis. Twice they did big mistake, leaking the ivory on the market, and they close the eyes. The people from CITES, they get a lot of money for salary as international bureaucracy, but they close the money for the crimes inside of CITES. And Karl Ammann, very famous photographer and conservationist living in Kenya, he have a lot of materials talking about the crimes inside of CITES organization in Africa, and they close eye on that. So it's necessary to talk about it openly. Only this way you can wake up the people. So this movie, it's a wake up of public opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sergey, I have an 8-year-old son.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid that when he turns 20,
Yeah.
there may not be any elephants in the Masai Mara, in Savo, in Amboseli.
Absolutely.
I'm always afraid.
It's also my because I have 4 children, and the 2 of them, they also are crazy in Africa without visiting Africa, because they know a lot of from dead. And one of their wishes for the new year was, "Father, we want that you succeed with your film and you can contribute for conservation of the elephant." Because it's impossible to imagine that in 20 years, if the thing go like today, the wildlife will be without elephant. It's impossible to forecast like that, because only in zoo it's not elephant.
No.
Africa without elephant, it's a nonsense.
Thank you. It's a big 5.
Yeah. Yeah, big 5 also. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Sergey, there's also a fear that we might lose this war in the end. They talk about elephants being killed, I said earlier on, 1 every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the sophistication of killing them. They kill them with AK-47s, with powerful rifles. They go with hacksaws or electric saws. They cut them, put them in trucks, ship them. I mean, the sophistication is out of this world.
Yes, it's true. But yeah, I fear, but I know that you can fear, but you must act. Because when you have knowledge how to face this threat, and you know the methods how to fight against the poachers, and you know the people, hundreds of people acting in Africa, coming from Israel, near my friend, ex-Mossad people, or coming from France, Charlotte Eagle, or Ophir, another guy from Israel, or people from Czech Republic. So it's many volunteers coming here to help Africans to face this threat. And I see big results. The Eagle Network, they arrested hundreds, not thousands of people for last years. They investigate, collect documents. They give it to the policeman. Just please only arrest. But it's very bad when sometimes in some countries, I don't want to give example, but they give these documents, and after some minister of security said no, because it will be very bad for our relations with China.
Exactly.
It's just, in this case, elephants are not future.
Absolutely.
Because it's a corruption plus political gain. So it must be broken, this system.
Absolutely. Sergey, what can ordinary people do? I noticed in a documentary there was pictures of Daphne Sheldrick, you know,
Yes.
the elephant orphanage outside Langata, where young children come and they come face to face with baby elephants. Many Kenyans watching right now, many Africans have never seen an elephant in their lives. What can people do to be more aware, to feel the closeness of this animal?
Daphne Sheldrick Foundation and the Daphne herself, it's a phenomena. It's an international phenomena, and her job, and they save more than 150 elephants during the existence of this foundation. Just shows that how to work and what people can do with that. I think as to the young generation, you are absolutely right. It's necessary to introduce in these school programs just education of the wildlife. And we saw and we filmed that in also Zakuma National Park in Chad, or here in Kenya, classes just studying wildlife. It's necessary to invite for free, to take for free the young people to the national parks, to show that, to talk about national heritage, that it's their heritage. It's not for white people, not for Chinese, it's for Africans, first of all, because it's your contribution to international life. So I think they must be proud of this wildlife.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good point, Sergey. Good point. Sergey, I lived in a country called Ivory Coast,
Yeah,
Cote d'Ivoire,
no more elephant.
a country that's named after elephants.
Yeah,
There's no more elephants there.
yeah, absolutely. It's
And
a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
Absolutely.
And I ask you the question again. Could we be living in a Kenya where one day there won't be any elephants? Or can we turn this thing around?
Oh yeah, I hope that Kenya will escape from this future, of Ivory Coast country, because it's a really shame. It's a shame to be named the Ivory Coast and not no one elephant in the country. But we are talking a lot about different measures, and I see that in Kenya really there are changes, and I saw how the KWS warriors or rangers work, but they are warriors mostly.
Yes.
Not only rangers, warriors. So many people killed for last 10 years in Africa.
Yes.
So I think with this determination of the government, of the public opinion, of the people in the field, you can save your elephant population.
Yeah. Sergey, what do you say your next movie is about? What's your next film about?
It will be about the crimes against wildlife generally in the world. Not only elephants, not only tigers, but we will talk about just these values. What is more important, to conserve and to keep wildlife or traditions of carving? Yeah, what is more important for the future of the planet? So there are a lot of things to say.
Absolutely. Sergey, we're going to take another break, come back, and we're going to bring in Jim Nyamu. He's a conservationist, local conservationist who has walked forever. He's walked 5,000 kilometers for the elephant.
Incredible guy.
And he's now planning another 3,000 kilometer walk.
Unbelievable.
Kenyan,
Kenyan.
African.
Marathon man.
Marathon. Sergey, you're going to stay here. You chat
Thank
with
you.
us.
Thank
okay?
you. It's an
Thank
honor.
you very
Thank
much. Check this out. It's coming to a television near you very soon. Ivory, a crime story. But first it has to go through the various film festivals. Started with New York City Film Festival this weekend, later on to the Moscow Film Festival, Montreal. It's going around the world. And it's talking issues that people are afraid to talk about. Hunting of elephants and where they eventually end up. It's going to be a heart-wrenching documentary, eye-opening as well. Thanks to Sergey Yastrzhembsky. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, the hashtag Ivory. Coming up, like I said, Jim Nyamu, the walker. He keeps walking like Johnny Walker. He's walking over to the bench right now as we speak. In the meantime, Jeff Koinange Live takes a break. We'll be back.